Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us for today's episode of the Implementer Show. In today's webinar, we are going to cover what it takes to ensure a successful digital transformation for a small business. My name is Polly, and meet my colleague Sasha, and together we will be your hosts today.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, digital transformation or moving online is making a lot of noise today, and it's no wonder. We came across some figures that really struck us, so we actually thought we'd share some ideas with you and thought about making this webinar. Software Advice has recently run a survey according to which half of non-digital businesses experienced a significant decrease in revenue, as compared to only 20% of the digital ones. Of course, in these circumstances, a lot of small businesses applied for some kind of financial aid. We all know that the resources allocated for that depleted in no time, and even those who got these loans will most likely have difficulties with their forgiveness, as the conditions are quite strict. So the problem with securing enough funds for the business's survival remains. The majority of non-digital businesses said that they did not expect their business to last longer than 6 months under current conditions. And yet, only 13% of non-digital small business owners were thinking of shifting to digital. Can you imagine that almost all small businesses, non-digital small businesses, did not realize the potential of online and how it can help them with most of the things they put higher priority on, like retaining customers and securing the cash flow. So why shifting online is an option that small businesses often underestimate? What are the issues with going online?
Yeah, these are the very good questions. Because it might seem obvious that to move online in this circumstances is the answer. For many small businesses, especially those that used to interact with consumers exclusively on premise for many years, for them exactly, it's not always clear how to move on and how to keep selling in online. So just think about it. What can an owner of a small hotel do when there are no travelers? Or a local tour guide when there are no tourists around? What can a spa or hair salon do when all the customers of theirs are locked in their homes? Another big concern here is what to do with the online business when life gets back to normal. Is it worth all of the efforts to transform your business into digital if most likely you will anyway open in a month or two? So in this webinar, we'll try to answer those questions, and moreover, we will show you the real-life examples of successful online transformation, and based on them, give you tips on how to go efficiently with it and how you can benefit from it in the future when the lockdown ends.
Yeah, and just before we start, I just want to remind you that at the end of the webinar, we'll share some perks with all of you who are watching, so stay till the end. So we started saying that not every small business owner was sure about what to bring online, what products or services they can sell there. They made a search for real-life success stories of small businesses working in different spheres that you would never think it is possible to move online, like consumer services such as hairdressers, landscaping, auto repairs, tourism and hospitality, obviously, food and beverages, and so on.
Yes, so let us dive in right into the stories. And I want to start with the one that I find really sweet and very, very human. So that's a story from New York. It's a story of a Square developer. Square is an online platform for sales, like point of sale. So this guy was definitely understanding the power of online these days. And basically, once he was going home, and he noticed that some Chinese restaurants that were right next to his door are closed. He was sharing, like, I was not realizing this kind of businesses are closing unless I just came in knocking at their door and noticing that it's closed. So he started thinking, how exactly can he and his expertise help those merchants to reopen or to keep operating? And he basically also invited his father, who is also a developer, to dwell on this. Some other of his friends, some indifferent people from the neighborhood. So he gathered quite a group, and they started thinking, what's the way to help those merchants, those small Chinese restaurants. And frankly speaking, most of them, they don't even have a phone number to call them, not even speaking about a website there. So they came up with idea of a gift card system. So the merchants were sending those gift cards to their clients, and people were purchasing the gift cards. So businesses were able to operate even now, getting some constant flow of income. And basically, that's, I think, a success story when the came the help came from really unexpected source. And right now, actually, to add to the story, they are thinking about how to organize a delivery services for those Chinese restaurants. And the delivery services will really help those merchants to diversify the sources of their revenue in the future.
Yeah, it is really inspiring, and you should always remember that, people around are really, really human and can be really kind and helpful. And I heard another story actually from the food industry as well. Gargiulo Produce is a company that used to wholesale food by truckloads to companies all along East Coast. Their major clients were restaurants and cruise ships. But of course, when COVID hit, restaurants and cruise ships stopped operating for a while. They closed down, and people who could not and did not want to go to grocery stores for obviously safety reasons, they did not get food. They did not know where to get food from because the deliveries were overloaded. So Gargiulo Produce started to look for a way to get their products directly into the hands of people who needed them in the New Jersey area. So the company turned to various Facebook groups to see if there was any interest in picking up fruit and vegetable right from their warehouse. And of course, there was a lot of interest. And Gargiulo started posting menus on Facebook and accepting old-fashioned phone orders. So now what they do, the customers are now calling to place an order. They pay by phone, drive to the warehouse, and the workers of Gargiulo Produce load up their orders right into the car trunks. So the company is now doing so well that it is actually hiring more people to meet the demand. Can you imagine?
Yeah, which sounds like really stunning those times. Like everyone started to, trying just to keep the workers they used to have, and this company is hiring more because of the demand. Yeah, this is amazing. Another story is quite similar in this respect, but it comes from another sphere, from a beauty sphere. So, as you might understand, a lot of salons were closed because of the social distancing policy. And Chill House Spa were no an exception, but they decided to keep working another way, for which they relied on a social media. So what they're doing right now, they're streaming live, talking about face and body treatment. They give tutorials, and that's the way they stay in touch with their clients. Another example from the same sphere, showing that they're really not alone there, is wellness-inspired nail care Sundays. And they're using their profile on Instagram to provide $20 discount for any purchase of their at-home wellness products. And they're also offering 20% off studio e-gift cards. They can be used once the studio reopens after the lockdown.
Yeah, making a research and reading all of these stories, I was absolutely amazed by how these business owners started to think in a different direction really quickly.
Yeah, really quickly.
And what all of they are saying is there always can be a way out. Even if the premises are closed, your customers have not disappeared, and there will still be a demand for products and services you provide. And I know we promised to tell just 3 stories, but I can't help but share another one, which is my favorite, a bonus story, which stunned us with its creativity. It comes from Europe that also faces, of course, the lockdowns and crisis due to COVID-19. So a self-contractor tour guide, Julia, who used to earn from the group guided city tours, was at risk of completely losing her income for an indefinite period of time. So what she did, she organized online Zoom city tours for kids. So the customers would need to go into the selected tour in Zoom, where they could find pictures, solve riddles, complete some interesting tasks there, and learn about the history of the city at the same time.
Yeah, so this is just like an incredible example of how you can still operate. I mean, thinking, well, I have no tourists here around, what can I do? And boom, that's it. Yeah, and actually speaking about tourism and hospitality spheres, these are really difficult times for these guys, and still I would say there is a light at the end of the tunnel, because with many popular destinations which may be still remaining unavailable due to anti-COVID measures, like such as Europe or some more exotic other places. So domestic travel is predicted to become a perfect answer to the growing need for just changing a scenery after the lockdown. So I believe it's important for airlines, hotels, and tour operators to capture the shift early on in response to this trend. So even the hotel owners should be ready for enormous amount of local tourists coming soon. And back to the stories, they're really truly wonderful, and I won't be even able to pick one favorite out of them. I don't know, what about you guys watching? What do you think? Share in the comments. Yeah, so all of these stories, they gave us a lot of ideas and tips on that we can advise to transform your business. And we already analyzed those stories for you, and together with some cases from our clients, we can share some takeaways. So the first one I would say is to there's always something that you can sell online, even if those are not your usual products and services. But there is always your expertise. It's not going anywhere, and you just need to look at your business and the products you sell at a different angle, like the story with this children tour guide woman. I mean, this is just amazing. Another thing is not to underestimate the loyalty of your clients. If people loved your place, they would love it to stay where it is. So don't hesitate to ask your community for help. Even if you haven't yet came up with an idea of how to monetize, you can always go with loyalty. Offer your customers gift cards that they can pay for now and use them after the lockdown. Ask for donations. You might be surprised, but many people today donate to support small businesses because they understand how vitally important they are for the whole economy. So help from the community may come really unexpectedly. Don't turn away from it. Like in the first story, as you remember, those merchants, little Chinese restaurants, they were not asking for help. It just came from the caring community. So your loyal customers might propose a solution you won't even think about. Another thing to mention here is leveraging collaboration. Hard times show us how important is it to unite and help each other. And you have if you have a lot of stock to be sold, sell it. And look at your local delivery services or your fellow business owners that can organize the delivery for you. All of those joint forces and partnerships may play really a strategic role in your further development. So take your chances right now, and it will help you when you get back to normal.
Absolutely. Also, an important point we need to stress here is start small. To go online, you don't necessarily need to launch a huge online store or something big. Use what you already have. Just tweak it a little bit to be able to sell wherever you are online. If it's social media, great. Many platforms today, like Facebook or Instagram, have some solutions for easy online sales. There are also messenger apps that you might already have customers in, and you might probably are using for collaboration or communication with your customers. So use them. Whatever works for you. The thing is to start online as fast as possible, and let's say as cheap as possible. So start getting paid online now, and you'll have a source of growth in the future. And what is very important as well is think about the future in the way that, don't look at going online as just an anti-crisis measure. The lesson that we all learned from this crisis is that you need to diversify your sources of income. So the saying of not putting all the eggs into one basket is as relevant today as ever, right? And you need to make your online sales the second basket for your eggs, basically. So look at shifting online as means of growth for your business. These takeaways are in fact a kind of, they make up a solid action plan that you may follow right away. And in case of any questions, do not hesitate to leave your comments or contact us any other way, and we'll be glad to do our best and answer all of them.
Yeah, that's right. So really don't hesitate to post your questions below, or, well, email us. We will be really happy to get an email from you, and we'll be really glad to help at the best extent possible. And what we want to share right now, last but not least, are tech solutions. So right now, I want to share some insights about them. So these tech solutions we will be talking about, not necessarily those that were used in the original stories we shared today. They are mostly based on our expertise and our vision of the situation, as well as the opinions of our clients. Because we talked a lot about this with them, to also understand what kind of tech solutions are used by businesses that operate right now. So basically, to make an efficient shift into the world of online, you need to, number one, engage with your audience, and number two, be able to be paid for your services or products. So engagement with the audience. Today, you have plenty of means to do so. I mean, totally obvious. So I'll just really briefly mention different, like the communication under different angles. So the first one is a social media, and this is a booming for businesses today. Platforms like Facebook and Instagram give better and faster access to your audience. That's a direct access to your audience. Which combined with inbuilt shopping features can be really a very good choice to sell your products and services online. Another thing you should not underestimate is Messenger app. So a lot of Messenger apps are available today. Sometimes they're underestimated, that's true. However, you can use those Messenger-based sales as a really actionable strategy. This is really worth trying, especially now. And another tool you should not forget about it, and we're the first one to talk about it, is video conferencing. Be it online tutorials, courses, trainings, there are plenty of ways you can use conferencing tools to sell your services. There are plenty of solutions out there that can help you, and of course, first one that comes to mind, at least to me, is Zoom. I mean, everyone right now heard about it, and it's probably one of the most well-known online conferencing tools right now. But of course, you can find others like Facebook Rooms or Google Meet or Uber Conference and many, many, many more.
Yeah, so you've reached your audience, and now it's quite logical to let them purchase whatever you're selling and make it easy breezy. So to sell online, you need just two things. Actually, three things: the ability to accept online payments, and the means to let customers easily pay you. And of course, also you need to manage your online payments. It is essential. Of course, there are plenty of solutions out there, and we can run the whole webinar just listing them. And I mean, we know what we're talking about, and probably you heard of a lot of them. So if you have questions regarding some tools that you're already using, you can let us know in the comments and we will give you details on them. However, right now, what we're going to do, we're going to talk about the under $50 package deal that we suggest. First, go with Stripe for accepting online payments. Most of you have probably heard of this online payment processor that allows you to accept different kinds of payments like credit cards, mobile payments, and so on. So why use Stripe, you may ask? First of all, it's easy to start using. There's basically no subscription fee, and they only charge you minimal fees for each successful transaction. Then it's very secure. The service has already implemented all the security measures that help to prevent fraud and protect your customers, which is very important right now. We all know that. Stripe doesn't require your customers to create an account in the system to pay you, unlike some other popular payment processors that you probably heard of. So that's a big advantage as well. Makes it really quick. And you can invoice your customers. However, the embedded checkout forms in Stripe are a bit tricky, so they might require some coding skills from you. But you will not have this problem if you combine Stripe with another tech solution that we offer you to try now. I'm talking about Cinder, which can be a game changer for your online strategy. Why use Cinder? Cinder is an accounting automation app, but it is here because with Cinder, you can create custom checkout pages powered by Stripe. All you need is to select the fields that you wish to be filled out and click the generate button. It's as easy. A huge advantage of Cinder is that it can generate both the code to instantly embed to your website checkout page, and it can generate an instant payment link, which you can use everywhere. It's really convenient. You just generate the link and copy paste it in your Instagram bio, and your customers can pay you in literally 2 clicks. They first click and they get on the generated checkout page and fill out their credit card data, and then they click pay and you see the payment right in your Stripe account. So you will have the money right away. And whatever you do, it's the simplest way to get paid online for your services or products. And if you are a nonprofit, it's a great way to receive donations as well. So what you saw here in the video is how quickly and efficiently it can work. You see the checkout page here. Your customer just fills out the needed fields. It's really, really quick. Click pay, and that's it. That's how easy it is.
Yeah, as well, you can use this kind of embedded links just to gather donations. Your customers will be able to specify the amount they want to pay, which they're comfortable with, and they just go ahead and pay you easily with several clicks with their credit card. So this is also a measure you should not forget about, because all consumers really understand how essential small businesses are for the whole economy, and everyone understands that if there is a chance to support, they will support you. And that's not a single benefit of Cinder plus Stripe combination. You can add up QuickBooks to this. And QuickBooks is an online accounting platform. And then you get a super combo, the ready-made automation toolkit to manage the whole financial part of your business. So just to make sure we're all on the same page, I'll just quickly sum up everything that we were talking about regarding tech solutions. So your customer finds your product in your Instagram or Facebook or somewhere in Messenger apps. Your customer will see the link generated by Cinder to pay there. Then your customer clicks the link and just pays you. The payment is powered by Stripe, so it's really secure and all good. Then you get your money in Stripe, and at a kind of additional number 4 step, if you add up QuickBooks to this, Cinder will account for all of your sales there in QuickBooks automatically. So there's nothing else you need to do manually right now. So basically just paste the link and forget about it. You'll get everything accounted for. You'll get the money in your Stripe account, transfer to your bank, and you're good. So I'm sure you might be already using something other than, I don't know, Stripe, but also, we're really interested to learn what exactly you're using, and if there is a way to inbuild your solution to this kind of chain we just presented here, we will let you know in the and basically you'll be able to also get all of the benefits of this.
Yeah, so let us sum up what we've covered in this webinar today. Many small businesses are hesitating about going online as they're not sure about how to monetize their business there. So you need to look at what you do a bit differently, or ask others for help to find what can help you continue your business online. Think of online transformation as the means of growth, not a mere anti-crisis measure. And going online can be fast and simple. You only need to gear up with the right solutions, just as the ones that we just named for you.
Yeah, so thank you everyone, but don't hurry to go. As we promised, there is a small gift for each one of you viewing this webinar. So this is a gift from a Cinder team, and this is a Cinder 5 promo code you see on the screen. It will give you the 5 times increased free plan inside of the application, which allows you to either test this solution, having the whole freedom there for you, or just start using it for free for some time. So go ahead. You can find Cinder at cinderapp.com website. Just contact their support, give them the promo code Cinder5, and well, they will know they owe you. They will give you this whooping custom plan. So thank you once again for participation. Hopefully we managed to answer at least some of your questions. We hope to receive any remaining questions in the comments. If you contact us, we're really glad to help you. Just don't linger, act. Take care.
We hope you enjoyed today's webinar, today's session. Subscribe to our channel not to miss new episodes of the Implementer Show. And of course, likes and shares are always really, really welcome. Thank you everyone for being here. Keep acting, take care of yourselves, and most importantly, stay healthy.
Yep. Bye-bye.